Good morning, all of you. And next example we consider here for a system having some stiffness and having some damping, and this is mass value. This is mass value. So here they asked to find out the value of C. Asked to find out the value of C and how that system behaves. Either it is periodic or aperiodic. Either it is a periodic or aperiodic. That we can find out by find out the zeta value. Now, in this system, mass value is given as 15 kg, spring stiffness is given as a 245 Newton per meter, damping coefficient as a C. Now here we have to find out the damping coefficient C. Now we know that damping coefficient is a how you can find out the damping force? F is equal to C into x dot. F is equal to C into x dot. So force, damping force is a F, and velocity is nothing but x dot. Velocity is x dot. So indirectly they give damping coefficient in terms of damping force and velocity of that particular piston. So that constant force 49 is damping force is given, and that velocity is also given as a 0.12 meter per second. So force and x dot value is given, and you can find out that C value. And remaining this periodic or aperiodic, that you find out by finding out that zeta value. So here F is equal to C into x dot. C you can find out by F divided by x dot. Damping force F is 49. X dot value is 0.12 is given to you. Now zeta value, how you can calculate zeta value is equal to C by Cc. Cc is a critical damping coefficient. Again we can write C for Cc is equal to 2 m omega n. Now in this case, C value find out from this formula. M is given as 15 kg. Now unknown is omega n, natural frequency. This natural frequency omega n is nothing but a under root k by m. K value is given, m value is given. So omega n is, we can know that omega n. Now put this omega in here, and you will get zeta is equal to 3.36. 3.36 is a larger than 1, is greater than 1. This system is a overdamped case. This case is a overdamped case, and this for overdamped case, that motion of that particular body is a aperiodic nature. Motion of that particular body is a aperiodic nature. So you can consider it is a aperiodic nature. How you can find out that aperiodic nature? You must find out zeta value. From that zeta value, you can you know that from zeta value either the system is overdamped or underdamped and critical damped. So for overdamped and critical damped case, these are aperiodic in nature. For underdamped case, it is a periodic in nature. So as zeta is greater than 1, it is a overdamped case. For overdamped case, it is a aperiodic in nature. Another example given here as a this record is shown for a particular system. This record, they record displacement for a particular time, and they plot this displacement time plot. They plot this displacement time plot for a particular system. Having mass 1 ton, or 1000 kg, mass 1 ton or 1000 kg, and for the system you have to find out its characteristics. So first read this, or first understand this. This is a displacement. This is time on x-axis, and these are amplitude at different time t1, t2, t3, t4, t5, like that. So here how many cycles are completed? From 5 to 1 cycle complete. From 2 to 0.75 second cycle. From 0.75 to 0.30 third cycle, and 0.30 to 0.10 it is another fourth cycle. So fourth cycles are completed here. 4 cycles are completed here. For 4 cycle x1 to x2, x2 to x3, x3 to x4, x4 to x5. 4 cycles are completed. Time period is also given 0.64 second. Time period is also given 0.64 second. So we can find out now. We can find out this delta. Mass is given 1 ton, 1000 kg. Now number of cycles here on that time plot, displacement time plot is 4 cycles. Now we can put delta is equal to 1 by n log of x1 by xn plus 1. So n is a 4, so it becomes x1 by x5. So x1 is a 5 value divided by xn plus 1 is a 5, x5 is a 0.10, n is a 1 by 4 log e. Now it becomes as a 190.978. Put into this formula, again you can find out zeta value, and with the zeta value you can find out damped natural frequency. You can find out damped natural frequency 2 pi by t. Damped frequency you can find out 2 pi by t. T is a time period which is given on this diagram as a 0.64 second. So put this t value and you can find damped natural frequency. Now again from this damped natural frequency, you can find out omega n. So damped natural frequency is equal to square root of 1 minus zeta square omega n. So we know this omega d, zeta value, then you can find out omega n. So omega n is equal to omega d divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square. Zeta value already calculated, omega d already calculated. So you can know this omega n. So omega n again is becomes as under root k by m. So omega n you already know, mass is known to you, you find out k value, stiffness value. And in critical damping case, so for calculation of zeta, cc is nothing but 2m omega n, mass is 1000 kg, omega n you already calculated here, 9.9 radian per second. So cc becomes as a 19,800 Newton meter per radian. Zeta equal to now c by cc, and now you can find out c is equal to zeta into cc. So these are the characteristics. These are the characteristics of this system. Characteristic of the system is nothing but to find out that parameters, stiffness parameter, damping parameter, and then these are nothing but the characteristics of that particular system. We find out that formulas are quite similar. We just understand the diagram, particular diagram, and we observing this diagram, or by understanding this diagram you can solve this. You can solve this, or you can calculate different parameters. In first example, previously discussed here that number of cycles 3 are remaining. After 3 complete cycles. Here 3 is not printed here. So calculate the decrease of amplitude from starting value after 3 complete cycles. So 3 is not visible here. There 3 complete oscillations are given in this problem. That's why there n value is considered as a 3. Next example we discuss here. 3 point here. Disc of torsional pendulum. Now here in this case torsional vibration problem is given. And in torsional vibration problem, mass is replaceable. Differential equation are very similar to that a simple spring and mass system, simple longitudinal vibration that we consider as a simple spring mass system. So in torsional vibration, mass is replaced by mass moment of inertia of that particular disc. I. So m is replaced by I in torsional vibration, and k, stiffness, is replaced by torsional stiffness kt. This some variation, and x now replaced by, so instead of linear displacement there is angular displacement, so x is replaced by theta, angular displacement theta. These terms are different in torsional vibration, but that analogy remains same. You can find out logarithm decrement damping torque at unit velocity, periodic time, similar to that longitudinal vibration that we discussed earlier. So delta is equal to, now the torsional vibration delta now becomes as a ln of theta 1 by theta 2. X is replaceable now by theta. So theta 1 and theta 2 values are given to you. Theta and theta 2 values are given 9, 6 and 4. Theta 1 9, theta 2 6, theta 3 4. So theta 1 by theta 2 9 by 6, ln of 1.5 delta, we can know this delta value. So put delta value here, 2 pi zeta upon square root of 1 minus zeta square. Now find out zeta value. Put delta here, unknown is only zeta. Simplifying it, we will get that zeta value. Now once zeta value is known to you, now we can move further. Now find out CC value. 2 CC is nothing but a 2m omega n, or 2 under root k by m, 2 under root km. So m is replaced here I and k is replaced by kt. So I value, mass moment of inertia of that particular disk, is given to you 600 kg centimeter square. That is given to you. You can convert it to meter square, kg meter square. Now this kt is unknown to you. This kt, we have formula GIP by N. IP is a polar moment of inertia of that particular shaft. Is equal to pi by 32 d raised to 4. G is the modulus of rigidity. L is the length of that particular shaft. So this G value, L value and diameter of that particular shaft is given to you. So you put all this value. G value is 4.4 into 10 raised to 10. Length is 0.4 meter is given. D is also given. So you can find out KT. Put this KT value here. I value is here, and you can find CC value. So you will find out the CC value here like this. Now after finding out that CC value, you can now find out the C value. Zeta into CC. Zeta already calculated, CC already calculated. You can find out C value. And time period is equal to 2 pi by omega d. Omega d is nothing but square root of 1 minus zeta square omega n. So omega n, now zeta is known to you, omega n is not known to you. So omega n in longitudinal vibration is under k by m. So k in torsional case, k replaced by kt, m replaced by I. So omega n now becomes as a square root of kt by I. Kt is given to you, I value is given to you, so you can get omega n. And then you can find t is equal to 2 pi by omega d like this. So such type of numericals are asked on this logarithmic decrement. The analogy for torsional case and for longitudinal case are same. Only is that displacement is replaced by theta, x value replaced by theta, torsion stiffness k value is replaced by torsion stiffness kt, and mass value is replaced by mass moment of inertia of particular disk in torsional case. So with this analogy, you can find out whatever that asking quantity having the same formula. G value is given, so you keep that units are same, either in meter square or either in centimeter square. Keep that units are same. We prefer SI unit, so it is better to convert the centimeter square into meter square, and then we can proceed. So omega value, omega have unit of radian per second. Omega n have unit of radian per second.